right, Shalom, 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 Israel. Another day in and day out, prophesied the downfall of America, which is modern day Babylon, spiritual Sodom and Egypt, uprising of Israel, so-called Negro, Latino, Native Americans that are hopeful elect, Shalom. And foremost, always we're going to give all praises to Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahawashi, Bahasham, Qadash. Yahawah, Barak, Yahawashi, the honors. Apostles, elder bishops, great millstone, must I take to the brother, teacher, word for the hopeful elect, soon to be elect. Most High will. Said he toward the time for the elect's sake, we in the time the elect work is being done. We always say in the name of in the Holy Spirit, and to the hopeful extend the elect, Shalom, blessing, men, women, and children. Various topics of the beast. The beast is NATO, EU, which is the North Alliance Treaty Organization and European Union. And we'll mention a little bit of the harlot that rides on the beast, which is America, And basically, we as just me and the brothers are going into a few things about, the numeric system, numeric operations, economics of America. What else I mentioned? Numerics and about that dream I had.
Yeah, dream going into the oracle.
Yeah, oracles, and I mentioned the other one, mathematics and all that. So, anywhere you go, anywhere you are in this world, around the world, especially in America, cash cow, you're gonna deal with some business, of any kind, have the money to do so, have property to live somewhere. The Bible says we're subject to payments. So this is a very basics of economics we're living in, just being a human being on this earth, man. But the Most High called us into something. He called us into to prophesy about this place, So we, we're gonna get into the Most High will and it ties into the MOTB, which is the C hip, It has everything to do with the importance of their operation concerning this economic power system they have. You got some.
I was just gonna start at.
Let's go to spiritual Egypt right quick. Okay. So we are dealing with spiritual time that Most High still sets and he still manifests things in a physical way. So these Christians be talking about everything is symbolic, everything is metaphoric, parabolic, and nobody could, we was just watching some crazy shit that the Edomites put together about who the beast and shit. Dragon and stuff is a real dragon with real heads and all that.
Yeah.
And a beast, a fiery beast, a monstrous beast in the sky.
It's all just that Greek and Roman mythology. Yeah. That's what's destroyed our people. They got our people really believing that it's talking about an actual dragon.
Yeah. That's why they think the Bible is a fairy tale, man.
Yep.
But no, these are real events and these are real things that pertain in the spirit of the what the Most High gave to his servants, his prophets, to be able to decipher these things, decode these things, man. This is a matrix we're living in. Go ahead.
You got where it showed where he was talking about the two witnesses. They made it look like two Edomites.
Yeah.
Like it's talking about the northern kingdom and the southern kingdom in this great dead city, man.
Yeah.
The Israel, man.
Yeah, they even had to where the dead bodies was like two wrapped sheep, mummy wrapped sheep, two sheep wrapped people laying on the ground and rising back up.
Yeah, just like on some gravel somewhere. Like he ain't talking about it. He ain't saying nothing about America or nothing.
Yeah, this is spiritually called Egypt, man. So we're in spiritual times. You got to spiritually discern these things. It even says in the scriptures, the Holy Spirit has come up on his men to decipher and discern through the Spirit what things are. Go ahead.
This is Revelation chapter 11, verse 8. And their dead bodies shall lie in the street of the great city.
Yeah, this is also known as a city. Anywhere you go in the state, you have to have citizenship, you know? Unless they'll kick your ass out, man, like they doing deporting a lot of our people, man. In any state, they don't have citizenship, they got to get out, or whatever the cause they come against them. This is known as a city of traffic also. So their bodies, meaning they don't have the knowledge, wisdom, understanding of who they are. They don't have this truth. You know, because it said, what it say? Him that work one without a way of understanding remain in congregation of the dead. You know? So our people are alive walking, but they're dead in the spirit. They're dead according to this knowledge. Go ahead.
Which spiritually is called Sodom and Egypt.
There it goes. Spiritually called Sodom and Egypt. You pull out a dollar bill, it got an Egyptian pyramid on it, man. That ain't for no reason. People are like, well, why would you make that? Hey, these cars don't have no pyramids on these, you know what I'm saying? Your Masters cars, your Express cars, you know, any of your other kind of money and shit, the food stamp money, they don't have pyramids on it. And then it has a thing on written in Latin. You know, Novus Securium. Can't say that word. Securium. Novus, New World of Ages, a New World Order, basically. New World Order of Ages, of the ages. But you know, there's that dollar bill again. We always bring this out. It ain't nothing new, man. There's a pyramid. Why would they put a pyramid on the American dollar? This is spiritual Egypt and the same practices of Egypt. And they're the new Egyptians. Egyptians were Africans. They're the new Egyptians. Go ahead.
Yeah.
So spiritually called Egypt and Sodom, right? This is Sodom and Gomorrah all over again. You know, and you can tell by the practices, the protests, the parties, the Obama signing the damn gay rights movement, whatever that shit was. The doors flew wide open for this place for sodomites. So this is spiritual Sodom too. Go ahead.
Which spiritually is called Sodom and Egypt.
Sodom and Egypt, man. Go ahead.
Where also our Lord was crucified.
He was crucified. He was X'd out. His word, his prophets, they covered him up. They put Caesar Borgia in these churches up for a lie. You know, to call that the son of God. We didn't see these crappy ass, demonic ass movies that they show with a so-called white man being the son of God. That's blasphemous.
Yep.
And it's a bold-faced lie. Ain't no way that happened. And then the extent to which they showed Shalom, while y'all are war towards the brother Shalom, and all the brothers with him, Shalom. Yahawashi, Qadash, Shalom. What I was saying, yeah. You know, so they have a whole system. They have a whole setup. They have a organized system to where they pour these things upon mankind. They rule the world, Job 9:24. So this is not no thing that we're just living. This is designed, and it's prophesied that they would do that, you know? And they're very numerical. Is that a right word to say? How to say it? They're very strategic, you know, and with their planning and strategies, man. And it's against the children of Israel mainly, you know. This wickedness set up all of these places. You got some stupid habitation. Fine. Yeah. Okay.
This is Psalms chapter 89, verse 14. Justice and judgment are the habitation of thy throne.
Yeah. That's how it's supposed to be really habitated anywhere, you know. Just like Elder Kazak, he was going into how we're gonna rule planets, man. Like, well, this truth is gonna reign out through galaxies, man. Righteousness is gonna be ruling wherever. That's what is supposed to be admitted to this place, into this place. Go ahead.
Mercy and truth shall go before thy face.
Yeah, because what did he say? What did they say? They admitted the weightier matters of the law judgment, faith, and mercy. There is none. He has the controversy with the inhabitants of the land. There's no faith, mercy, and no judgment in the land. So this is not a place of judgment. All that what do you call it? That judge that going to court shit is bullshit. You know, they can if you're a murderer and you got enough money, you can get off. You know, they got like what's that latest shooting? Minneapolis, something was that? What was that? Minnesota? A school shooting. It's about that time. Y'all didn't hear about that? Yeah, I heard of it. Yeah, it's just a mass school shooting.
Recent?
Yeah, recent. Yeah, it's in Minnesota, Minneapolis, or something like that. But that's one of their ritual type of date. It comes back around, man. Like it's always a school shooting coming back around and shit. Like, you know, so they don't exercise laws to where they take care of these mothers, nip it in the bud, and make sure it never happens again. They don't have no constructive moral code organization to where they can get rid of the wickedness in this place. They let wickedness thrive, man. Go ahead.
And just like Paul was saying, the Lord, you know, he always mentions that, you know,
Shalom to the brothers and sisters on the coming board. Yahawashi, Bahasham, Qadash, Barak, Shalom.
You know how always the Quran always talks about how the Lord charges some of his angels for folly. He has some of his angels that are literally just their job is to sow wickedness into the earth, man. And that allows the Lord to bring his business, man. He has them numerically setting this place up wicked, and that's part of the Lord's habitation as well. You know, and a lot of Christians, they don't understand that the Lord also administers evil.
Yeah,
you know.
Yeah, Most High is what he said. He's not a false balance is abomination to him.
Mm-hmm.
So everything it adds up.
Yep, everything.
The scriptures don't contradict themselves. Everything adds up, man. Even to what we're doing, this world and what everything is operating. Go ahead.
So when you look up that word habitation in the Assyrian Hebrew, Mahom, right? And it says fixed or established place. Yeah. It's fixed.
Yeah.
You know,
yeah.
It's fixed. It's all set up. You know, so that's what everything around you is what the Lord has set up for you to understand judgment and justice. You know,
yeah.
Wickedness has to be here for justice to be established.
Yeah. And, you know, like you said, you know, like the scripture say, judgment is the habitation. What it say?
Justice and judgment.
Justice and judgment is the habitation of his throne.
Mm-hmm.
Everything that's playing out here on the planet Earth is already been established in the heavens.
Mm-hmm.
Like you said, justice and judgment is the habitation of his throne. Meaning what? Those judgment, we all go before him to get judged, right? You know, so everything that plays out here, like you said, the courts is bullshit. Really, it's already been established in the heavens, man.
Like you said in Daniel 17, the judgment was set and the books were open, man.
Yeah,
it's already set.
Yeah, you don't need to add nothing to these scriptures to bring out a more profound judgment. Or you know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. You go by these scriptures, man. They don't do that, so they going off, man. And they don't talk about prophecy, and they don't talk about things regarding these scriptures, this word.
Yeah, because it's plain, man. It's really a lot of them is just got that deep demon on them. They're trying to go too numerical. They're trying to get too much,
too
man.
complex. Because you know why they do that? Because like these scientists, when they find out and they start experimenting with something, and they think they found out something, then they find out that it's not a repetitive thing that happens and shit. Sometimes the cells go that way, sometimes they go that way, because the Most High confuses they act. When he makes them think they got it, and then something else happened, you know, then they got like, oh man, I thought we had it, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So a lot of them scientists is failing, man. Pseudoscience and all those things are failing. His numeric system is failing. What do you say? To change times and laws. The time is going to be the right time. Most High made everything beautiful in his time. So just because things are not happening in a level of judgment to what Jake wanted to happen. Like, man, I just wish Jake don't want this. He don't want the wicked destroyed, man. He's doing wicked.
Yep.
You know. So you can't be an oxymoron. Can't be a hypocrite. So Most High, hey, we understand the patience of this thing. We understand how the Most High works. He gave us his words and his wisdom, you know, to where we know how he works. So we're waiting. Go ahead.
And it's got everything to do with math, and they adding and taking away from the scriptures, man.
Yeah.
They adding and taking away, and once you do that, the plagues come on you, man.
Mm-hmm.
That's why we seeing the turmoil coming to this place, man.
Yeah.
It's supposed to be a simple numerical equation, man, and they keep adding stuff to it, man.
Teaching hell doctrine is adding to
the scriptures, man. And okay, so you got IUIC Oklahoma talking about now they're saying hell is the condition, hell is the grade. Well, then you got to teach everything else right there, man. And the rest of your congregation, y'all all got to teach the MOTB. Y'all got to teach those kind of things, you know. And you got to come correct. When you say you wrong, you got to tell your congregation that you wrong, man. You got to make correctional videos on this kind of stuff, man, because you leading people to death. Because you adding wrong stuff to the scriptures. This is Revelation chapter 22, verse 18, and it reads, "For I testify unto every man that heareth the words of the prophecy."
Yeah, of the prophecy. Go ahead.
Of this book,
not no other book, and it tells you that.
Mm-hmm.
You know, no other. She shall find no other mate. Paraphrase.
Yeah. So then you got all these church Christians, Kenneth Copeland, all these people making all these damn books for what? What we need them for, man?
Who was that one? We was talking about him the other day. He wrote a book and shit like that, and he got several other books coming out.
Creflo Dollar and Geno Jennings, all these people got books and stuff, man. That's how they made most of their money, man. By trying to make things that they can compare to the scriptures. That's adding and taking away, man. We don't need none of that. We got the scriptures, man. So if any man shall add unto these things, the Most High shall add unto him the plagues that are written in this book.
Man. So guess what? You know, and they even gonna have the plague of the mind, man. Even that, because that's a plague. So all these plagues that's happening is gonna be added to them. So we got to make sense of this thing, man. You know, we got to make sense of why we out here. Well, the sense is, hey, to do what the Most High tells you to do. But then he'll tell you why you out there, to prophesy against the nations, like he said. Prophesy against Mount Seir, prophesy against Babylon, prophesy against the shepherds of my people. You know? So the prophecies play an important part of the balance of the Most High, or the outcome of things that's written of the Most High.
Yeah, that's the whole spirit of the Lord. It said in Revelation 19, he's a spirit of prophecy. Without prophecy, there is no spirit, man.
Yep.
There has to have prophecy involved in everything.
Yeah.
You know?
So if there's a heavy system that is going into technology, even coming out with a device, electronic device, you got to break that down through the scriptures, because everything has to pertain to prophecy.
Everything.
So you got to explain that to the congregation, and you got to stay on the topic, because that the preparation of the souls, what it says, Most High said, if you come serve him, prepare your soul for temptation. And he said, daily do this, daily pray. So you gotta be built up for what's coming. You can't just say, well, that's what it is, and leave it alone.
Yeah.
You got to stay on it, because that's what builds them up to resist that particular thing. You know,
and Taquan, man, he was going into this morning. He was coming up some things, like we was asking Chat GPT certain things. There was a lot of stuff I learned, like, you know, going into how they make the elevator system and stuff, man.
Yeah,
they adding and taking away from stuff, man.
Yeah, they well, we could bring that up, man.
We bring it up. I thought you might have forgot, but you know, because we was going over a lot. But you know, I can continue.
Yeah.
Verse 19, and if any man shall take away from the words of the book of this prophecy, right? You take out the MOTB. You don't want to add that.
Take out the trouble that's coming to man upon the earth.
Yep. Not explaining it, breaking down that it's through the technology is how they gonna get it. Because that dream you got, man, that dream, man. So it says the Most High shall take away his part out of the book of life.
Yeah. So that's a very important thing that you don't do. Add to the book, man. You know.
And you know, like you say, he shall take his name out of what he say, take his part out of the book of life.
Yep.
That means you just not of the elect.
Yeah, you just
because you can't be of the elect and then took, you know what I'm saying?
Taken out of it.
So it said when it say he that added to the take it away from the scripture, the prophecy shall be taken away from the book of life. I mean, you just ain't got it.
Yep,
You're not of the elect.
Yeah, and that's how, because it said only 144,000 new songs.
Yeah,
it's a prophecy.
And you're not going to be a part of that 1,000-year reign because you're going to come after them and through the seed line of the elect. But that first fruits is, man, that's going to be a glorious first establishment of the church of the true church of the Most High.
And you know the churches, they never talked about the elect until GMS started getting out there and expounding this stuff.
I ain't never heard the elect in church. I ain't never heard nothing in church.
Nothing in church about the elect. And I seen another one that was his Issachar, right? And he said he served Jesus, but he had remnant on his shirt. So they starting to try to talk about it a little bit more, but they not really expounding on it. They used to be big about everybody can come get in saved. Now they saying that there's a remnant, but they not really breaking down to you what that is. When it's right there in Revelation 7, they add and taking away, man. They're taking away from the real prophecy of what was to come on America, Babylon, the Great, and the rest of the earth.
Hey, that's why we say truth of mathematics, a mock. If it ain't adding up, then don't do it. Don't take it.
You know what I'm saying?
It don't add up, man. Most High made something called truth.
You know what I'm saying?
A mock mathematics. 1 + 1 is 2, so forth. You know, you got symbolics, of course. You got spiritual elements to that, but go ahead.
And out of the holy city, and from the things which are written in this book. Because I written for the elect, man. You gotta make it make sense. Holy means separate. Everybody can't get it. That makes sense.
So yeah. Yeah, a little bit about a dream. I just want to just a little bit of it. It was this, I think he was a small hat, he was so to speak like a philosopher or something, and he was breaking down to everybody concerning two compasses. I don't know what the very thing he was breaking down, but he said this is what it means. It was compass like this. He was breaking it down to a little girl, and the girl so it was two elements of that, two pictures of that those devices that came together, but it was two compasses coming together, and it kind of made this weird look in it. I mean, it picture, and it was kind of like solar system design, the background, and she said she started crying because it looked scary to it. So she started crying. I was like, man, that ain't nothing but numerics and mathematics. And then he said, no, it's oracolitic or something like that, meaning talking about oracles. That's what I had in my mind. That's how I interpreted in my dream, that he was saying, nah, it's oracolitic, which means oracles. So I looked up the word oracle, but he got me right there, so to speak. I kind of like, damn, it was a third part of that. You know what I'm saying? That he mentioned, that he tended to throw me off. I was like, well, man. But, oracles, we deal with oracles. The oracles given to, the priesthood is given to the Israelites. So we looked up the word oracle. And one of the key words is business. So they do, on the left-hand side, they do have a business mindset when it comes to numerics and the beasts and all that. It's very business-like minded, if you will. They add up numbers, they set dates, they You know, they build buildings and you know, things like that according to the diagrams that they make dealing with those numbers. They deal with dice when we read that. I mean, saw that documentary. So they have a, but it's done with witchcraft and divination. You know, like we said, Most High confused them even. You know, and the complexity of what they don't really even understand in the depths of it. That's why we said the Most High controls them.
Yep. And just like he was saying, it reminded me when we were talking about it. It reminded me of how they got the Genius Act coming out, and they got all them bank companies are gonna now be the stable coins. And whenever you get the stable coin, they're gonna put something on it called an oracle, and it basically monitors that coin. Okay, so basically they're using AI. So even like when this guy he pulled up in the dream, he probably had something that was AI that did all that. He didn't even probably know none of that.
Yeah.
You know, but that's what they do. They try to use a lot of truth and mix it in with a lie, man. They'll mix it in and be like, oh, well, this is why everything is like this. But there's some things that says secrets of the Most High that we'll never even know. They don't mention that. Yeah. So they you know, that's how they try to get you, man.
And I want to mention too, do we have a scripture right quick?
I got one going to the oracles.
Okay.
You want me to start in the Old Testament?
You can start in the Old Testament.
Right.
Yeah. I just want to mention this right quick. I want to try to make it as not wordy as possible, but you know, when you deal with school, you got a ruler, right?
Mm-hmm.
You rule with the ruler. That ruler, and it has numbers on that ruler. So those are, they know when you rule, you start doing measurements. You start seeing what kind of land, how much land you want, who you want there, and how many people and all that. And then they got the compass in there, which is another kind of measurement device that they use. Which it was in my dream. There was 2 compass in my dream. They also have where you graduate, you know, to where you move up to 33 degrees, which is a masonry and all that.
Yep.
Then they have the hats, the square hats. When you educate, so-called educated, they call you a square. So they give you a square hat with the tassel, which goes back to the Roman Catholic Church and all that. So all these system and those numerics, they go back to the Roman Catholic Church. Shalom to the elder. Yahawah, Shalom, Remnant say 144.
Hey, shalom.
All the other brothers and a few sisters on the video. So this is designed after of the Roman Catholic Church, which is the false prophet in Revelation. You know? So you know, go ahead. And Catholic means universal. So they trying to make this a one world order through their Roman Catholic system, you know.
But they trying to do a secret. That's why all the churches that are down there, like watered down Catholic churches, because you know when we went into it the other day, it was going into how some of them got with some of the rules. It was like, we're not dealing with y'all, but we're gonna keep some of the rules, like Sunday worship, Christmas, Easter Bunny. That's all stuff that's coming from the East, man. Roman Catholicism. That's what they do.
Yeah.
You know. But like Saquon said, going into this thing, how you said it was oracolic, they're trying to make an artificial oracle.
Yeah.
The Lord already has oracles, and it's the men of the Lord. We're the oracles. We're here to numerically break this down to you and keep it simple, man.
Yeah.
And they're trying to put all these numbers around it and add to it. Yeah. And it's not needed.
Yeah, right.
That's why people like, oh, he might have got me because he just got so many damn numbers in there. He don't even know what's in there. He did it. A whole bunch of crazy shit.
And that's what they're going to be doing. That's why they have AI out there. They're going to confuse Jake, man. Yep. That's why they got Jake confused, making Jake think that wearing a dress is kind of like, yeah, you know, this is all right. It ain't too bad. Mm-hmm. That's witchcraft and psychological warfare on you
because he doesn't know the prophecy.
Yeah.
So if you don't know the prophecy, you're gonna get caught up and you're gonna get deceived.
Yeah.
You have to know, you know, the basics, man, of what the Lord said was going to happen and how it was going to happen. And that's it. You don't need to know no more. But when you go into that word oracle, into the Old Testament, the only there's only one term on it. And it's 1687. So we're going to go into that word and then go into the New Testament on what it means in the Greek. So we're going to use Psalm chapter 28, verse 2. And it reads, hear the voice of my supplications when I cry unto thee. when I lift up my hands toward thy holy oracle, right? So when you go into that word oracle,
Strong's H 1687.
David, right? David. And it says the shrine or innermost part of the sanctuary, you know, the oracle, the holy of holies, the innermost room of the temple or tabernacle, which is basically talking about us today. He said the spirit, like Saquon, when we were going into, he was saying the kingdom of heaven is within you. That they're trying to tap into that numerically through AI.
Yeah.
That's what they're trying to put the MOTB in us, man.
You know, they have the neural link where they, you know, they put it to your brain and the cell. What do you call it? What do they call it? The cells in your brain or whatever. They want that shown on the monitor so they can see what you're thinking about. You know, on some Minority Report. So they want to try to tap into the God factor or see if your mind can compute some things, so to speak, to where you might become a god. So they'll mark you and be like, nah, it's just like when you in school. If you didn't want to learn their education, they'll call you special and they put you in a special class like you was a dumbass, just because you didn't want to learn their education. So they've been marking people like that for years. Like if you don't want to get what they program, so they're gonna mark you with the MOTB to make sure like there's no crevices and there's no shortcuts in there. It's just like you have to have your ID, you're gonna have to have that MOTB in you, because they tired of trying to track shit that they can't track.
Ultimately, what they're trying to do is add to the temple. They're trying to put basically that implant is supposed to make it to where they can monitor the temple. Well, you can't monitor the temple of the Most High.
Well, what the Most High say that He's gonna put His laws in our inward parts, man. So the inward part, the laws, that's power. They'll get put in your inward parts. So they're gonna try to diffuse that or engage in that to counteract that with what they put in you. You know, so they dealing in the AI. They dealing with high witchcraft, man. That's high witchcraft. That's why this place is called the kingdom of. It's a Chaldean, the daughter of the Chaldeans, man. You know, and it's lucky, but the people can't. They don't know what's real or not with AI. It's becoming so realistic looking. They don't even know if it's real.
You know what's funny, like you saying, like all this witchcraft that they doing with this going back to these food products, these hair products. You know, it's Esau. You know, they trying to keep Jake, you know, dumb. You know, in a sheep state of mind. You know, so when that going back, there ain't nothing new. You know, going back to when we was in hardcore slavery, man. You know, they didn't want Jake Reed. You know, so and now that we got this knowledge, you know, like you just said, they even going back to school. You know, they put Jake in special ed class. Jake to have Jake. They want Jake to be stupid, man. So now we got this knowledge, man. It's like the scripture say, making wise the simple. A lot of us are simple.
Well,
you know, so that makes them. Now they like, oh shit.
Well, you got remember the books you used to have. You buy 8 books, 8 or 9 or 10 books is that thick and shit, and you only have 8 hours in class and shit. And then meanwhile, you trying to chase some tail at the same time and shit, and then needing some sleep and getting picked. Like, ain't nobody gonna be doing that shit. That's why when you get out of school, there's only one thing that you want to be in shit. You have a skill for. You don't be studying all that shit. It's good to know some things, but what's your like? This is our profession. Like on, you know what I'm saying? Like GMS, they scholars, man. You know they don't study in that other because it don't amount to anything. It don't add up to anything.
That's why you see all the Christians why they don't really go in Revelation or in the Old Testament, because the Bible Destruction Group in the 1800s, they took out 90% of the Old Testament and 50% of the New Testament, man. So that's why a lot of people don't really have a grasp on those things. But the Lord sent leaders to break that stuff down, man. That's the elders and apostles, great millstone, man. Even like you said, how you said they be doing sacrifices and stuff. Well, if you go look, every single place, all the way from across to the north to the east, So over here to the west on the 33-degree latitude line, on that line, everyone has the death penalty. And every single one that's on that line has been the war with America, man. It's the Lord that set all that up, man. The Lord set all that up numerically for us to be able to see, you know, the deception in front of our eyes, man. Because they're trying to play like they're the Most High. What they trying to be like? The elect. That's a third of Israel.
Well, what did it say?
So they doing the same thing. If they trying to mimic it, but they being too numerical with it, man.
Well,
and it's getting them caught up, man.
What did it say? Guys not in their thoughts because Most High is still with the instructions.
Yep.
But sometimes he don't even tell them that. He just let them be dumb and shit.
Yep.
But other times he like, nah, do this, make this, create this.
Just like the wars. Since the St. Anne Queens War, okay, since the St. Anne Queens War, every 80 years it was a major war, man. Revolutionary War. Then it was the Civil War. Then it was World War II. Now, 80 years later, we're going into World War III, man. It's only like 2 years off. But like I said, the Lord is no slack or swiftness is the first. So he's got these Edomites taking peace from the earth numerically for us to be able to measure the time diligently. It's math. You know, it's math, man. This is what's going down. This is what's going down, man. And he got it to where the elders and apostles got this own point, man. To the T.
But Johnny Crockett said, he even said, if it don't fit, I must have quit.
But that other part that said innermost chamber, innermost room of the temple of Solomon. And we know Solomon is Yahawashi.
And where is that going to be pretty soon? Most High willing, we up there in the chambers of the fathership.
Right. And to be in there, you got to already be in there right now.
Because that's why
that's
why the Most High manifest things, man.
Yeah.
He is like when you say when it's a man, he said, I'm gonna build a house. It's in his mind first. Now, if it's up to people to believe it or not, but when he built it, that's why it says count the cost, whether you're able to build it and have it complete or not. Because when they'll begin to mock you if you don't complete it, because you've been talking about it and it's only been in your mind, but is it manifest? Well, Most High going to manifest it, man. You know, go ahead.
So you know, it was just basically saying the holy place, you know. And so when you go into the New Testament, the oracle is only mentioned 4 times. Okay, and it's G 30:51. Okay, so when you go into 1 Peter 4:11, it says, if any man speak, let him speak as the oracles of the Most High. You know, if any man minister, let him do it as of the ability which the Most High giveth, that the Most High in all things may be glorified through Yahawashi HaMashiach.
And I want to mention this too, just for a quick mention. Like when we had the sanctuaries and stuff, it was holy, sacred. But you know, Antiochus Epiphanes, he went into the sanctuary and but what was in there? Showbread, the altar, the gold and silver, you know. But those things that they cannot touch now because that's within us. We are the gold. We are the silver. We are the showbread. We are, you know, humbly saying the Most High makes us those things more precious than gold. A man make them so they can't. And the kingdom was within us, so they can't tap into it like the Matrix. Just like he said, a prison for your mind that you can't taste, smell, touch. A prison for your mind. Well, Most High made a kingdom opposite of a prison, a kingdom of our in our minds.
And throughout history, we have always seen these heathens try to devour the temple, and the only way that the temple is here now is because we're here. So you know they're gonna come at us hard.
Now
they're gonna come at us hard, man.
And now they trying to devour the temple with the sea hip, man. To put it in your temple. This is where your temple is, man. And it says in their foreheads, man.
Because they know that the Lord said the third temple was going to be spiritual. They said, how are we going to get in there, man? Well, we got to ask AI. What's the quickest way to be able to tap into the spirit? It probably gave them some mathematical, whole bunch of equations. They was like, all right, we got to took the microchip in them. You know?
And the one thing too, your head and your mind and your hand is like the same operation, because what you mostly do is with your hands. You create with your hands and all that. So the brain, so the mind, the most effective, well, not the most effective, but what is presented to be used for creating things is your hands from your mind. You know? So So those two are similar.
Yep. And it's all connected to electrons. So they're trying to make an electrical current in your body so they can control how you make stuff, man. You know, because they know that the Most High, you know, the way that we make things, you know, these prophecies come to pass, and how the prophets have written things down, you know, through the scriptures, man. They don't want that happening no more, man. So they said, look, we got to change the fabric of the way the Lord uses his men, man. Yeah. So he's gonna have to put that in us, you know. And that's the only way he got. Yeah. It ain't gonna work, man. Yeah. We ain't gonna let it happen, man.
Because nobody's falling for religious stuff no more, man. Yeah. Everybody is focused on in Marvel bodies, cell phones, body new computers, by this new technology, the new cars and stuff. Ain't nobody worried about no religion, man.
And you know, and Esau doing that. Really, that's Esau using those religion to keep Jake knowing what the MOTB truly is. Yeah. Oh, what is that? What did Paul say? If they that are lost, they are blinded, or they are they roughly paraphrasing. They are blinded by the God of this world.
Yeah.
You know, these different, you know, you got Jake saying that the MOTB ain't the RFID chip. It's this or that, you know. So because you got because you know they read the scriptures too. You know, the Rawchaas, look, they be into the scriptures. So when they read Revelation 13 and 16, they like, oh shit. Matter of fact, when you go back into, you know, history, one of the main founders of the RFID chip, what's his name? Carl Saunders. You know, he you heard about it, right? Carl Saunders, he said at first he wasn't into, he was basically an atheist, you know, but he say he gave his life to God, you know what I'm saying? And then he started reading the Bible, and he said that he was led to Revelation 13 to 16. And when he read, he like, oh shit, you know how it's written, like, oh man, this is, and he realized he fucked up, you know. So they realized that what they know what it is, they know what that's going into, so they trying to keep the world, you know what I'm saying, blinded. Yeah. You know, like, no. They trying to sneak. They trying to be sneaky, you know.
And, you know, at the same time he fucked up, he probably read through the Old Testament and realized the Lord wanted him to fuck up. Yeah, and then you know he was really through.
Yeah,
Yep.
It's almost like that. Yeah, go ahead. Well, you gonna do what the Most High wants to do. What he wants you to do.
There ain't no mistakes, man.
Judas did what the Most High wanted. He had to be the adversary.
That's what it said. With the judgment and justice, the habitation of thy throne. Habitation means fixed, man. It's fixed. Yeah. You're gonna do what the Lord wants.
If it's fixed, don't break it. Man.
Don't break it. If it broke, don't fix it. Yeah. It ain't broke. Yeah. So to whom be the praise and dominion forever and ever. Amen. So when you go into that word, you want to say something? Okay. So when you go into that word oracles, okay, because I go into the word when it goes into the sayings of the Most High. When you look up that word sayings or the word it means logos. So these are like the Greek words that kind of like more watered down Greek words of that word. Okay, the oracles, man. It's the sayings of the Old Testament. That's really what it is. The sayings and prophecies of the Old Testament. Yeah. So that stuff has to be included, man. That's why he took it all out.
Reminds me of the word logic.
You know?
Logos, logic.
Man, yeah. They took it all out, man.
When you log something into your computer.
Yep. You got to log in to even get into your account and shit. Yeah. Okay, that's they're trying to make an artificial origin. Yeah. Logion. That's how you say that word oracle.
So that lets you know too, because when Romans 9 and 11, he said to pertain to the adoption, the kingdom, the glory, the covenants, the oracles, belonging to the oracles of the Most High, dealing with logic, men of a cabinet of a certain stature of wisdom. Yep. And that's what they deal on the left-hand side. That's why they got the Illuminati. That's why we speak about that, man. Illuminati is not just no small figure, man. No. They're the illuminated ones. They got it on the dollar bill. Yeah. So Most High got his right-hand man that are elite figure, an illuminated figure. It talks about Jacob being illuminated in the Apocrypha.
Yeah, and when you go into that word occultic, it says a specific amount of people understand when you go into numerology and stuff, it's the understanding of numbers of the occult. Yeah. And then you go into the occult, it talks about a very small amount of people who understand this esoteric knowledge through numbers. Yeah. Okay, like a sequence of how history works.
Yeah, they see. Okay? Yeah, Jake.
They're trying to do it too.
Yeah, Jake don't understand. We always talk about it, frequencies and all that.
Yeah,
they got certain levels of frequency, certain levels of frequencies of songs that have to be on for you to be what do you call? For you to be put a spell on you or something, or for you to be psychologically damaged or a trick, or if you listen to a song all day, it's in your head, right? You can't get it out of your head, and then like 2 months later, you ain't even thinking about it. It still pops up in your head. So that's how much things can get soaked up in here, and they know that. So if you keep watching these program TVs, keep watching this preacher say Jesus, 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 Jesus every day, you're gonna get it in your head, and you're gonna be like, well, that's his name. I can't let that go. Well, you're in a low vibration when you dealing with the name Jesus, man, and other things, man, that they set up on the earth for you to be deceived.
Because they beat that into us during slavery, man. Well, they wouldn't beat something into us that was gonna be for our good later. Yeah, that's not what they're here for. Yeah. Okay, they here to numerically show us how mad the Lord was at us, man. But now He's turning back His grace unto us through bringing back our oracles, man. We've been looking for Esau for answers this whole time. Now we got the answers, you know. But going into the other Greek word for it,
that's why the apostles say you got to go into the Hebrew, Greek, and the Latin.
Yep.
Because it's coded. These are the language is coded. Everything's coded. You got to what do they call it? It's sort of speak encrypted. The breakdowns are encrypted to these nations. They can't, and these other people, they can't understand it. It's like you know, they can't decipher the codes.
Like the milk to the truth. The milk of the word, the sincere milk of the word is deep to the world, man. They don't get this stuff. Yeah. But it says a brief utterance, a divine oracle, doubtless because oracles were generally brief.
Okay, so I want to just say that along with my dream, I mean, how it ties in, I think, you know, when I said the compass, I said, well, that ain't nothing but, I said alphabets and numbers. That's what I said. That's why I brought alphabet up.
To the beta and
and I said alphabets and numbers. And then he said it was oracolitic. Like, that means it talks. Like even with the beast, it speaks great words. It's just not a beast. It talks. Yeah. It utters things. So that means it's setting vibrations up on the earth through his speaking. And that's actually speaking swelling words and all that. Yep. So he's putting his democracy. That's all they do is talk. The presidency. Yep. That's all they do is talk, man. Yep. They just sit up there and on the podium just say, you know what? Yeah, American people, you know, we're gonna have to change some laws. It's gonna be great. We're gonna have more jobs. That's all it is fucking talk. And then a lot of that shit don't even come to into play, man. A lot of that shit get put on the back burner, like the fixing of the neighborhoods and the fixing of the bridges and the taxes being cut. Yep. And the rich, you know, getting taxed and all that. A lot of that get put on the back burner. They follow on their agenda, man. Yep. The elite agenda.
Oh, that
you know.
That's it. That's good. That's it.
That's it.
Hey, because like you said, they put all that on the back burner because you know they say that when they bring the inflation, right? They say, well, we need this money for, you know, shit like that, like
more books in school,
college
intuition,
you know,
the homeless, whatever they.
But that's not true. That's not the truth, though. Nah. That ain't what it. See, once again, going back to that people being stupid, they don't realize that ain't why they tax you. Yeah. No, it's deeper than that, man.
Because the Lord, like it said in Wisdom of Solomon 17:3, it said He got them in a spirit of forgetfulness, man. Yeah, they not gonna remember, man.
Spirit of slumber and
this is what they asked for. Yep. They're not gonna. So if you remember right now, that's because the Lord wants you to remember. And it ain't up to us.
Shit. Yeah, and we might get into that later, but the 15-minute cities, that's numeric.
With the 6. Yeah. All that, man. All that. They doing all that to line up with the mark of the beast system, man. Yep. And they doing it because they know that, you know, they know that they being controlled by the Most High too, man. They know.
And this is how they calculate shit. Just an example. Well, school shootings. Let's do maybe like make it around 16, 17, you know what I'm saying? They give them an age or something, give them a certain look, a teenager that been bullied, and make it happen like 5 times a year.
And you know, and
it does.
More how they do that is the children that's getting abducted, they putting a chip in them and then sending them out there, man.
Yeah.
That could be one way that they doing it. We can't prove it. But this is how they control people, man. This is how they make sure that it comes to pass. But it's really the Lord doing it. That's why you had Tucker Carlson just talking about the government is controlled by supernatural beings. What's that? The angels. The Lord sent evil angels to get them to go down there and do this stuff numerically. So there ain't gonna be no excuse, Jake.
Yeah.
Ain't gonna be no excuse when the MOTB be made mandatory, man. All this stuff is adding up.
And that's the secrecy that they hide. They be like, well, did you start that tornado? No, we didn't send a tornado out there. So they be like, damn, the prophets do say that the angels, they create winds and all that.
Mm-hmm.
It's even in scriptures, one scripture, or maybe more, but it said the Most High wasn't in the wind. So sometimes the Most High send spirits in the. Go ahead.
But saying in the it says in the New Testament the words or utterances of the Most High, and then it says of the contents of the Mosaic law. That's Old Testament.
Yeah.
That's a New Testament scripture, and it's talking about that is what an oracle is. So it's Old Testament. It's the same people, man.
So when in Romans, when it talks about the oracles of the Most High to them that was given, the Israelites, that goes back to the ancient world, man. It ain't talking about no new thing, new people.
Mm-hmm.
They're talking about the Mosaic laws, man.
Mm-hmm.
But go ahead.
Because
a lot of the because oracle goes back to business too.
Yep.
That's one of the key words.
Yep.
A lot of the Levites, they did the tithes and all that. They held the business of the Most High. They was the Most High's portion.
Yep.
So a lot of that Most High's business came out of the Levites. That's why they had a problem with Yahawashi. He said, "Shall I be known by my father's business?" They be like, "Well, what is this man's business?"
Yep.
We do the business stuff. We the Levites.
Yep.
Go ahead.
But going into the other root word up, we ain't gonna go too much more into it. It just says a learned man of letters, skilled in literature.
Letters. I said alphabet and numerics, and then he went into the oracle, which, like you said, like you brought out, it means speaking, uttering, like basically a prophecies too.
Yep.
Because when speaking of prophecies is concerning about things that's coded in this world, that's unseen by the physical understanding of the what do you call it, the understanding of an average man.
Yeah.
A carnal man. So things are spiritually discerned by men of stature of the Most High, not in physical stature, but in stature of how Most High gives them wisdom.
Yep.
Go ahead.
And that's why it says that skilled in literature and the arts, especially versed in history.
And what do apostles and elders always say? Secular history, man. Going back, knowing who you are, where you came from, when dates it happened. A lot of our people don't even know that the Greek Empire is in the Bible. The Roman Empire is in the Bible. They think Yahawashi was just walking around. He was under the Roman rule.
That's how you know we the oracles, man. We telling you all this stuff. Starting with the elders and apostles on down, man. We're telling you this is how it happened.
And what was said back in the ancient said, measure the time diligently,
man.
So you measure things, man.
Got to be a skill.
And in Revelation, and I don't want to get ahead, but it just mentioned a little bit of Revelation. It says measure the temple.
Yep.
And that's not to be measured. Leave out and leave it to the dogs and outer darkness. The profane. So Most High is building his spiritual temple of a certain stature, of a certain wisdom, because it's the wisdom of this world and it's the wisdom of the Most High.
Yep.
And they got the wisdom of this world. That's why their science is coming at naught. A lot of them scientists, before they died, they came to the grips with themselves. They say, you know what? This things can't be without an explanation that God exists or an intelligent being exists. They debunk their own Big Bang Theory, man. Because it makes no sense. It doesn't add up.
It makes no sense. Make it make sense.
Physical hell, everlasting hell doesn't make sense.
Doesn't make sense.
And Hey, that's prophecy too. Because what is that? Jeremiah said, "The casting down, thy casting down shall be within me." So it's the insiders, exposing their lies, man.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, and the scriptures prove it too. There's logic. You know, that's why when you go on that word logos, it's almost like logic.
Yeah.
Log.
I think it came from the same word.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's the word.
And like I said,
you know,
the log in, when you log something in, you log something, you got logic. But an illogical thing is to take the MOTB, because what they gonna try to do? Log that C hip in your hand or your mind, man, in your brain. They're gonna try to log it in there,
trying to make it seem they need to add something to the Most High's temple. This is what He made.
Yeah, because everything,
we don't need to add nothing to this.
Yeah, we talked about it. Everything, this economic system, everything got a barcode. Everything, man. Your everything got a number. Your car got a number. If you go to prison, you got a number. You stand in line, you pick a number. You're a number to the society, and they're gonna try to make you out of a number, man. To add to that C-HIP,
to that system,
calculated system. Go ahead.
But like we said, we're versed in history and antiquities. You know, it's very
antiquity come from antique or ancient.
Yep.
That's why you see, if you go to an antique shop, everything, and what is it? Everything's brown in there, right? Everything's burnished brass when you go to an antique place, right? Mm-hmm. That's Yahawashi. That's Yahawah, and then Yahawashi.
Yep.
Go ahead.
And basically that word antiquity, like he said, the ancient past, especially the period before the Middle Ages.
Yep.
That's what we're involved with, man. As oracles, you have to be involved in your history, man.
Yep.
You know, and they're just being like, oh well, he tried to come and just pull out this big old diagram and didn't break down nothing. Didn't really say that. Just had a bunch of numbers and shit. That's no. You got to be specific. You got to show people's identities. Okay, that's what it said that we did from IUIC. The Chat GPT, he said that we give you identities of who everyone is in the Bible. That's what we're doing.
Over here, like we said on the dollar bill, you got Novus Securium Ordo, right? Or Novus
Ordo
Securium. If you didn't never know no Latin, and people still don't know what it means, you wouldn't know what it means. That's a coded, encrypted message right there.
Yep.
Or word, whatever. You couldn't figure it out if you didn't know Latin.
Yep. So you had to,
or somebody told you.
Yeah, you're gonna need an interpreter to give it to you in English.
Exactly.
You know, and that's what they got AI for. They're trying to use AI to interpret the spirit, and they can't do that. It can't do that, man.
Decode the spirit.
Like I'll be going in there and be like, "What does GMS think about this?" It'll be like, "All this shit," and it still be going off a little bit. But that's what they're trying to get it to where it can like mimic the spirit, man, and then put it in you and be like, "This is the spirit right here."
Yeah. Robots trying to
that's what they're trying to do,
mimic human mannerisms.
That's what they're trying to do, but you can't mimic the Qadash, man. It's not possible.
Or the human brain. It's the most complex. They can't mimic that. All they can do is study. Science is just a study of things already made. And it's not a factual thing. Go ahead.
And so when you go into that word logos, like we're saying, the root word of all these words that we just looked up, okay, I think that's as far as you can go. Well, we can go a little bit more, but it says Old Testament prophecy given by the prophets.
Yeah, Old Testament prophecy given by the prophets.
It says what is declared a thought, a declaration, aphorism, a weighty saying, a dictum or maxim.
That's what that and that utter. What they say? It's in the scriptures. They didn't want us to utter the name of our power.
Yep.
Yahawah, Yahawashi, and they don't want us now because they know it's dreadful among the heathen. They know stuff start happening when you pray to the Most High in His name and you utter His name.
Yep.
Would it even was it King David, or he said, "Let the tongue cleave to the roof of my mouth if I don't declare Jerusalem as my homeland."
Yep.
Paraphrasing. How much more is His power and His Savior, man?
Yep. You've been writing His name on glass jars and putting it in the fridge overnight, and the water tastes better. It tastes crisp, man. That name is powerful, man. That stuff changes.
It says it's stronger. It's a strong tower. He that runs it. You know.
That is the name, man. And that's why you look at that word maxim. It says a short, pithy statement expressing a general truth or rule of conduct. There's only one way of conduct, man. That's it.
Yeah.
That's it.
Like dealing with going back to frequencies. Why do you think they call these women freaks? Because they frequently have sex. Freak is from the word frequencies. So if you do something frequently, it could either have a bad effect or a great effect or a positive effect, you know? So if you constantly sin, it's going to have an ill effect. If you constantly call out the Most High and constantly pray in righteousness and constantly want that, it's going to have a great effect. And that's what they don't want. They don't want us to stay on that path of that of a reputative order, a systemly order according to righteousness in the fashion of the Most High, Yahawah, Yahawashi. They want to break that. That's why if they see you hanging in a group, they be like, what are they talking about? There's 2 or 3 of y'all and shit. Because what did Yahawashi say? With 2 or 3 are God in my name, there I'm in the midst thereof, man. So what did they make a law against 2 or 3? They, you know what they call it? It's a law against that. If you're 2 or 3, you're a load read, man.
Because they know that it's about the Father's business. Just like Zaquan was saying, going into that business. Okay. So
we'll probably come back.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to tie it in. When you go into it, you know,
we're kind of jumping around.
Yeah,
you know, hopefully it's edifying.
You know, trying to get into that part of the business, and you know, you got a lot going in there.
Right.
But Colossians chapter 1 verse 25, this is Peter speaking. He said, whereof I am made a minister according to the dispensation of the Most High, which is given to me for you to fulfill the word of Yahawah.
Yeah, get that word dispensation.
Yep, that's what I got. Yep, that's what I'm going into. Yep, and it's the Greek, okay?
3622. Oikonomia.
Oikonomia. Right? Oikonomia. Sounds like economy, right? It sounds like economy.
How's it spelled? Just in Greek. Okay.
Yeah, or economina. But it really goes back to the word economy. And it says it right here. Economy.
Yeah.
See? It says, especially a religious economy, dispensation, stewardship. It's economy. This is the Lord's money, man. Yeah. It's his business.
That's why, that's why you ain't got no business taking it.
Yeah.
You ain't got no business
that,
learning other things. You ain't got no business. You know what I'm saying?
It's just like if you took the word Bitcoin and you took the Bitcoin and put 2 more C's in it. They're like, what the hell is that? It's supposed to be like this.
Well, you know how when you get a woman, you get a property, right? You get a possession. That's your property. Hey, shit. You want to call us like we looking at y'all like some objects? Shit, Naughty by Nature came out with a song called OPP, Other People's Property, man. God's property. Didn't Kirk Franklin come out with that? Yeah. As soon as we say property, they see women as objects and shit.
There ain't nothing like that.
Nah, we are the Most High's property, but we his possession. So he got business to handle with these Edomites because he's invading the Most High's possession. It says you touch the apple of his eye.
Yeah.
So what did the Most High say he was going to do with the elect? He was going to mark them. All these are mine. Yeah, the 2/3 y'all can, you know, they wicked. You know, I'll deal with them later. They're gonna come into the kingdom later.
And that's crazy.
But I'm gonna mark these men, and if you touch them, it's gonna be your ass sideways, double time. Go ahead.
And we got a counsel. You doing some wicked shit to the prophets, man. But it said the management of a household or household affairs, specifically the management, oversight, administration of others' property.
Yeah, because
there it is.
When you grow up,
there it is.
When you grow up, your parents and everything, they do business.
So when the Lord gives us a woman, that's like he's giving us his property.
Yeah.
Just like us. Like.
I want to mention that because when you raise your daughter and a man take her, he give you shekels. That's business. You know? Everything's a business, man. When you get married in the common world, in this world, what happens? Your financial situation is going to change drastically because you're gonna get married. You're gonna have to get your bridegroom, your bridegrooms, your brides, and you're gonna have to get a bigger house for your family. You're gonna have children. You're gonna have to buy gifts and all that, and buy things for your wife, yourself, your house, your children, and all that finance. So we don't have no commonwealth no banking system to support ourselves over a long period of time, man. So the Most High got us to a certain level. What did it say? Be content with thou hast, food and raiment. Because we ain't got enough money to do all that. To make a few bucks here and there, and we just do our daily bread, and we teach the word. We're not trying to get rich here, man. So that's what they're trying to offer you, a solution for your problems of illnesses, of trouble or stress. Ain't no more calling 911. Ain't no more physical therapists. They tell you to get online or talk to this damn robot and shit. Maybe he could tell you a few things, some remedies and shit. Nobody really wants to talk to each other face to face when dealing with solutions. They like figure this shit out, like, call AI or something. We what I'm saying? We running the world. We trying to capitalize on this shit. We don't got no time for that. Quit crying wolf. What do they say? Crying whatever.
Yeah, that's right.
Hey, we got you set up as with an organized system. If you can't deal with that, then we don't know what to tell you.
Yep.
We got your banks right across the street, your food right across the street. We got what else is right? Oh, your sports. If you want to play sport, that's right across the street.
And even one of them, I did a lesson on it a while back. There's a video game where basically it started off with this robot. They had one of them little robot maids in the house, and it started feeling some type of way because the daughter wasn't really fucking with it, and he took the daughter and hung her over the rail and killed the father. And they sent another AI to fix the problem. They ain't even send nobody else, but they just sent another AI. They had a SWAT team in there, and they said, SWAT team, sit tight. We're going to send help. They sent a fucking AI, man. That's what's going to be starting to happen.
Yeah. You're going to be talking to your TV more than anything, or your computer more than anything.
Hey, man. Shit ain't no game, man.
Go ahead. You got.
I got one, but I know you want to, go a little bit. Okay, just going into the business.
Yeah, because the business goes back to Oracle and all that. So we got business with the Most High. We handle the Most High's business. So he accounted his business. Like he want all his money. He said the Most High said the gold and silver is his. We're his. He want all but Jake do it wickedly though with pimp and harlots. But the pimp want all his money. Shit, he missing $1. He's like, what? Pop up that dollar.
We're going at Deuteronomy 28:27.
Yeah.
Okay.
But I'm just saying, like the Most High, when he got business on the right hand side and he let Esau do his business. Yeah. Until he destroys Esau. So Esau's business is being the wicked. It's creating this AI system, creating this numeric system on the left hand side.
So all the Lord's business, when it's established in the kingdom, it's over here on the physical counterpart side too.
Yeah.
And that's what the Quran was talking about, when we're going into this morning. Yep. You got to see it on both sides, man. It's got to add up. We don't see no 6-headed big ass dragons around here. That don't add up, man. And they got videos, 700,000, 800 people watching this shit, talking about some thumbs up and shit. Look, we ain't seeing that shit out here, man. That don't add up with the scriptures, man. That don't add up with what the Lord said was going to happen.
And they can
reality.
They can add numbers and take numbers away on your channel. So we don't even go by that.
Yep.
Like
I said, there's some we can't even comment on some of our own videos no more. They didn't shut the whole motherfucker down.
Then we dealing. I just wanted to mention too. We dealing like somebody went into a like channel. That's like channeling spirits and stuff. That's why they got a lot of that bullshit on the TV, because they channeling spirits, and Jake is influenced by that. These people were like, nah, Jay, it's just TV. It ain't just TV, man. That's a portal. Yeah. Teaching your children how to be wicked.
It's predictive programming.
It's predictive programming.
It's a program you to take that MOTB, man.
Yep. And pro means, didn't Apostle say pro means before? Like you produce, so you before a gram, we could go into that word later, maybe on another video, but go ahead.
It's Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 27.
So we read about spiritual Egypt. This is spiritual Egypt, man. And it's like plagues coming into place, and there's similarities of what happened to old Egypt coming to here. Go ahead.
The Lord will smite thee with the botch of Egypt.
Botch of Egypt. When you looked up botch, it means sore. You know, because the Most High, he punished us for wanting to go to Egypt. Well, it says, woe to them that go down to Egypt for help. Not asking me, woe to them. You know, they ask Egypt, for help. Because they army is strong, their horses are strong, they sit up on, paraphrase.
So this is the kind of
Because
stuff.
their horses are many, and they're strong and all that.
And this is the kind of stuff Jake deal with here. Different types of ailments and things that's in the scriptures, man, to this day, man.
Yeah.
And so how could Jake think we in the new covenant, man? There's no way in hell, man. There's no way.
So hey, what it said we're gonna have New Jerusalem.
Yep.
That's not here.
No, not at all.
That's everything that's new and gonna be refreshed is gonna be pretty much in the kingdom.
And they blinded from that same reading from the Old Testament, and they try to take stuff from the Old Testament and twist it in today, man.
Yeah.
Like certain doctrines that people think were controversial about. That had nothing to do. What you got to deal with today? Like if somebody raped a woman, they ain't going to go pay 50 shekels to the husband and taking care of her, or to the father and taking care of her. The rest of it. They just raping them and leaving out there to die. That's a whole nother. That's a whole. You can't compare both of those. That was handled very carefully by the law. Because if you did something wrong in old Israel and we were together, your ass is getting stoned in front of the congregation to death, man. You out here calling us rapists and stuff? Nah, man. You can't compare both of those. We scattered right now, man. We that's not even something that we can even follow, because we're not even as a unit now, right now, as a nation.
A lot of things that you can't compare, man.
You can't. Hey, man. Shoot, and with the emeralds,
yeah.
and emeralds. Luckily, I said emerald. I had, and with the scab,
go ahead.
and with the itch.
Go ahead.
Whereof thou canst not be healed.
Yeah, you can't be, and you take that MOTB, it's gonna have a grievous sore.
Mm-hmm.
And if you look up that word grievous, even in the blue letter, it's also a discharging of pus.
Mm-hmm.
So like we said, it's similarities to this old Egypt back then. So we were botched in the old Egypt, and the Most High do it again. But the elect ain't gonna be botched, man.
Yep.
Because y'all into carnality, y'all gonna get carnal reward.
Yep.
Your carnal reward is being botched.
Yep.
See, hey, Most High ain't gonna. Come on, man. He could do it, but the carnality of your mind, what it say? Carnal friendship with the world is carnality.
Mm-hmm.
Carnality with the is death to the Most High.
Yep.
So y'all gonna get a carnal a reward.
Yep.
Y'all ain't gonna get the pleasures of claiming portions of Christianity as your as your slide to kind of saying.
Yeah.
No, he gonna make you take a physics to your own ruins. You think carnal, you gonna get a carnal device.
You're gonna cause enmity with the Most High, man.
Mm-hmm.
And that's heavy too. Being look, because going back to that sword.
Yeah.
Because it speaks about, like you said in Revelation, that you take the MOTB, those that take the mark beast shall receive a grievous sword.
Yeah.
And we going back to Carl Saunders, the founder of the chip. What he said, that it was originally created. They had a battery source. Battery for it, which and it's made of lithium, So that lithium is what is gonna cause that.
Yeah.
It's gonna cause that pus and that cancer. So
that's why they have them lithium batteries in the Tesla cars. They be blowing the fuck up and be burning for like hours, man. They can't even put it out. They gotta wait for it to just burn out.
And the reason why, like it says in Revelation 13, it's going into the forehead or the hand, because when you go into it, that's where the battery is being charged. You know where's the warmest parts of your body? You know, like the forehead. You know when
That's why
you know when you was sick when you was a kid.
Yeah, that's
You
why
get a
they got the
fever.
new lady, yeah.
They touch the forehead. Your mom, a auntie, or somebody. You know, so that's where the battery is being
That's what
charged.
the most activity is.
Yeah,
So they want to link that with your hands because usually you're doing stuff with your hands.
yeah, cut.
So that's they heat up, especially if you like a cook or something.
Yeah.
Your shit gonna be hot.
Yeah.
So it's gonna keep the battery charged in that motherfucker.
Like I mentioned, and it says in the scriptures, when the sons of God came, who presented himself also? Satan, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then what did the Most High come against? Allow Satan to come against Job with boils, some physical, man. When they tempted Yahawashi, Satan tempted Yahawashi, and he took him on a mountain. What did he say? He said he offered him the kingdoms, right? He said you should not teach. But then he said, well, the angels say that they would keep your foot from dashing against a stone. You know, if you fall off this mountain, paraphrase. But it was a physical suggestion of a threat, so to speak. They threaten us physically, man. With an MOTB, they threaten to put something in you, man. To change your they tend to change your whole molecular structure, how you think. Because what it say? The more we meditate upon the word and on the Most High all the day. They don't want that. They want us to think like them. Because they think their operation is the greatest thing in life, man. They think the way they're coming up with this AI is the greatest thing ever made, man. You know? Leaving the Most High out the equation, man. But it ain't gonna add up without the Most High. Go ahead.
Oh yeah, I was it on that.
Oh yeah, so grievous sore, and then and of course we know about the charagma, which is in the Revelation, which is the Greek word for incision. You know, so that's basically cutting into you to put something in you to cause a grievous sore. You know. Because what is it? When the Most High said the wicked shall burn up like an oven, they ain't talking about no parabolic stuff. They're gonna really be burning. It ain't when it says talk about a lake of fire for the and they shall have their part in the lake of fire. It ain't gonna be no part where they just gonna be like resting a little bit every now and then, drinking a bottle of water and all that. They're gonna literally be on burning in the lake of fire, man. Yeah. You know? So these things are literal, man. Most High said, as it is in heaven, it shall be done on earth, man. The invisible shall become visible. The things that are hidden shall be seen. You're going to see the things that happen in their minds, you're going to see it. They're going to display it. They can't help but hide it. They're going to just say, hey, look, take this, take it. What, what are you building a railroad? Because we building 15-minute cities. What you gonna do about it? You know? What y'all doing over here? This is a military zone. You step your ass over there and you're done. We shooting you. What are y'all building underground? We're building underground bunkers in case this shit blow up. And we going over there, it's only certain men that can go in there. Highly facilitated weaponry down there. That if you go down there, you get your head cut off. So they don't care no more, man. Everybody knows about them. You know, they Most High just got them just like, hey, the wicked. What is that? Antiochus is a wicked root. He just went into the temple and shit like, wow, get this hiding and playing. You know, they tired of playing the nice guy and Christian. That shit is done away with. They just want to be the devil now, man. You know? So now we are coming to proclaim the spirit of the Most High, Yahawah, Yahawashi. Yahawashi is spirit of prophecy. He was the first living, he was first Adam, which is living soul, and he was the last Adam, quickening spirit. Like we said, it wasn't no in between with that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It wasn't no second Adam. It was the last Adam. This is the last run. There ain't no in between of Esau and Jacob. Esau is the end of the world. Jacob is the beginning of the follow. Ain't no other nations creeping in as an in between. This place is already done. It's already been written. You know? In like manner, he even told Moses like he was gonna make a god of Pharaoh, right? And then what did he say? What did Pharaoh do? He got his magician astrologers, and he cast his rod and became a serpent.
Yeah.
Then Moses cast his rod and ate up his 2 rods. That's part of this mathematical system. I mean, the mathematical play of the Most High. It's lucky, you know. He does things like that, to where he'll take the lesser number to defeat the greater number. He told the battle of Gideon, like, hey, fall back, get to down to 300 men. So they won't say that they did it by great numbers and all that. That's how the Most High works. You know? So it's the same thing with the setup with the 144,000. China got what they got, billion people. They got a million man army. I don't know how many people they got in the army. America got an army. Russia got an army, and this little old Israel, true Israel, which is the hopeful elect, we in little sanctuaries of Most High willing 144,000 we're a part of. That ain't a great number, man, compared to, you know, these other nations and their armies. But that's how the Most High works, to show his strength. You know? What you got, Ak?
Yo, I was going into that while you was talking about the numerical system of how they do things with the I think you was gonna go in that alpha and that beta.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah. Kind of. Yeah. So, you know, we went into a little bit about it. We just mentioned it, like, yeah, I'll mention it. The alpha and the Yahawashi said, we can go to that scripture just to pull it.
Okay.
When Yahawashi said he's the alpha.
Go ahead, I'll look at alpha and omega. Come over here a little bit so I can hear you a little bit better. Pull up that right there. On up over here. It's getting a little windy, you know, it might not be able to hear your voice. Yeah. It's Revelation 1:8. Yep, go ahead.
Revelation chapter 1, verse 8 said, I am the Alpha and the Omega.
Yahawashi said that. He's the Alpha and Omega. He didn't say he was the Beta. And then Omega, he said Alpha, there's a beginning, there's a first, and there's a last. The Omega. So what comes first? The male, the man. You know, the origin of everything made from Yahawah, Yahawashi on down to the angels, it's all male-based. You know, creation. He said he made male and female. So go ahead.
Oh yeah, go ahead.
Yeah. So alpha. So that's why they have the alphabet community, because it's mixed with alpha and beta males.
Yeah.
A construction of authority to organize it, but it's turned them into betas. Man.
Yeah.
They're not supposed to be betas.
No.
Your woman is second.
Yep.
She's supposed to be a figure of a beta.
And even society does that to these simps. They put themselves in a beta male state, and it said to arm yourselves like Yahawashi. So the only thing we learning is how to be first and last, man. That's it. That's it. We don't got nothing in between. You learn that you need those 2 focal points to know how to govern everything in the middle of that. That's all you need to learn how to be. The alpha and omega. That's how we're supposed to be learning. How we were at the beginning and how we're going to be at the end, man. And the rest of that, we ain't supposed to be acting like these other people, man. We ain't supposed to be acting secondary to this nation.
Yeah.
We are the alpha males.
Like, man. I said, in this world, you got second winners. It ain't no second winner. It's only first winners, man. First place winners. And we try, it says, what did it say? Run the race. We trying to be first place.
That's what we tell you. It's first place or last, but it ain't no second, third, fourth.
Yeah.
You with Israel or you not? You're gonna know what that means real soon. You know?
Go ahead. So that's a Greek letter. Those are Greek term, alpha and omega. Go ahead.
Says, and he said, I am the Alpha and Omega,
Go
the
ahead.
beginning and the ending.
The beginning and the ending. Everything has a beginning. Everything has an ending, man. And the end is manifest. So what's happening? This is a beta world we live in America. A bitter in this beta world we're living in. Why female can pass a man? They teaching. They becoming deacons, pastors. You know, they got them in the army and all that.
And that's what happened to King Ahab, what we was watching yesterday,
with Jezebel,
man. He ended up being a beta simp.
Yep.
His wife was ruling the whole damn kingdom, man.
Yep.
Had him offering up having him put up offers to Baal and everything, man. Okay, that stuff ain't that man. That stuff is out of order.
So he took, Esau took the alpha out of the house, and raised the young children as beta. We put them secondary.
Beta simps.
You know, where did Yahawashi come and teach? He said, "You're gonna be greater than I. You're gonna do greater things than he uplifted us into alpha male spirituality, man. By saying we the prince of the power, we're gonna be great. You know, you don't supposed to demean your own brethren to make him think like a beta, man. You're supposed to encourage him to become a man, your young men to become men, your young boys to become men and great men. So it's a lot of foul ass, evil, wicked ass shit among Jake neighborhoods, man. That they go against the Most High. That's why you got niggas in dresses in the industry, and niggas that follow them, gangsta-licious. You know what I'm saying? And think it's cool, but that doesn't add up. Man and man doesn't add up, because you can't have a child with a man and a man. You can't build a society, men and men. But a man and a woman, you can. You have children and you have families, and they grow, and you have generation after generation. But how you think the Most High gonna be for that shit, man? You know, that's what we saw when they try to show that kingdom and talk about that Jesus says it was here. We saw beta people, man, beta boys, and you know, Jesus is a beta term. I'm just being real about it. It's just it's second. It don't exist really. Yahawah is He is. Yahawashi, He delivered. Judah, He thanks the Most High. Thank you, Most High. You know, Yah, all Yah. Go ahead. So if you're a couple, and you're a man and a woman, and you go couple, and you go to this therapist and shit, your home is destroyed. You shouldn't have to go. Personally, you should have a strong brotherhood. If you don't got that, you should be reading the Bible, because all the answers in the Bible. You shouldn't have to go to this therapy. Oh, this therapy is here. They got all the answers right here, man. If you did go to a therapist, they should open the book. The first thing they should open the book is the Bible. And say, you know, this is what's happening in your home. Right here. Go to Psalms. Go to this and that. You know, this is a solution to your problems, man. But Jake don't want to do that. So ain't nothing adding up, right? He get married, and all his life he's like, damn, man, been married for 10 years, bought a house, bought a car. Now I'm divorced. My children don't call me no more. Something ain't adding up, you know? Because you're following the ways of the world, man. You know? So going back up to so Yahawashi has business to handle and complete with this place, man. He's the end. He's gonna be what wraps this stuff up, man. Because when you see him, it's over. You know, you might as well hang it up, man. But what do they say? But they don't see him because they don't see him spiritually. He's already hit through the word. But they be like, nah, what do they say? Where's thy God? I don't see him. And the wicked say, who shall see us? Because don't look like nobody's watching. But we're the watchmen, right?
You
know,
we watching. If ain't nobody else watching, we watching.
And we're declaring through this spirit. So when they come out with their MOP, we even told you how that doesn't make sense. We even told you about how that's according to prophecy about how this devil is coming down with great wrath with his draconian laws, his Roman antics, you know, his Greek, still with Greek influence, being a false prophet, the Roman Catholic Church, and he's going to bring that help to control the world. You know, numerically, economically, power system by military might. AI is a great fashion of his witchcraft. You know, go ahead.
This is Job chapter 20, verse 19.
We'll start to close out.
And it reads, because he have oppressed and have forsaken the poor.
Yeah, who is the poor? We are. And we ain't doing no poor like we all bummed out. We just know that the Most High got us in a certain position to where we don't embrace with this world, with the rich. It's either rich or poor. There's no in between, man. Ain't no middle class. There's no in between and nothing. That was all a lie.
I plan on making
that's it. There ain't no need. That's why the Most High said, if you want me to spew you out his mouth.
Yeah.
It's just cold or hot.
Yeah, that's it.
It's up or down, right or left. You get right or you get left.
That's it. That's it. Because we don't really got a money problem. We take care of our bills and stuff. It's a sovereignty problem. That's what we pour in. We don't got no military. We don't got no way to protect our children and women and all that. We ain't got all that, man. The only way we can do it is through the mind. Protect their minds with this word, man. For now, because he had violently taken away an house which he builded not.
He built it not.
Yeah, America.
Yep.
We built that shit, man.
And still building the houses within America.
Today. It's called working the shit out of his ass, get this shit built, man. Verse 20, surely he shall not feel quietness in his belly. He shall not save of that which he desired.
Yeah, because he's eating of these things that he's doing. Off the poor's back, eating as delicacies. Like you said, what do you say? As when he about to, it's going to say, get to it.
Yep.
Yeah. So he's sitting down at the table about to put the napkin in and shit. You're going to be like, this is going to be the greatest meal in the world.
Yep.
His new world order accomplished.
Yep.
Yeah. Go ahead with champagne, wine bottles, and riches.
Yep.
How much would she deliciously she have fulfilled herself at the wine and costly array and all that.
Yep.
Go ahead.
Verse 21, there shall be none of his meat be left. Therefore shall no man look for his goods.
Yep. Gonna be gone, man. Like, damn. No. Can't even eat no more.
Don't be nothing there.
Nothing there.
Verse 22, in the fullness of his sufficiency, he shall be in straits.
Straits,
right? That straight gate.
Yeah.
You're going to be through, man.
Left out here.
Out here.
The fullness of his sufficiency. That's them in the height of that kingdom.
And this next part, and this next part goes into it saying, evil shall slay the wicked. This is the same thing as saying, every man. Did we even hear the sirens go off today at 12?
I didn't hear it.
They didn't cut them motherfuckers on today. They slacking. Come on, man. Test them motherfuckers.
They don't want. They scared they might go off.
Test them motherfuckers.
They scared of that doom.
Supposed to be testing them hoes.
They didn't go off. I didn't hear it.
I didn't hear it either. Every hand of the wicked shall come upon him.
Every hand of the wicked shall come upon him. And the wicked of Jacob is going to be on Esau.
Yep.
Most High going to use Jacob to him.
These YNs going to be bugging out on his ass.
These other nations too.
Yep.
They're gonna bomb this.
Yep, they're gonna bomb this place, man. Every hand of the wicked is gonna come on Esau, even the so-called white man. That's why he's gonna be in straits, man. Verse 23, when he is about to fill his belly.
Yeah, he about to fill his belly with his new world order.
Yep.
And what did the Most High say? He's gonna disappoint his enterprise.
Yep.
Yep. That too. Yep. All that go together. Job 5 and 12. According to craftiness, his tongue shall fall upon himself.
Mm-hmm.
He shall take the wise in their own conceit. Or own deceit, is it? Or own deceit, I think.
Yep.
Go ahead.
The Most High shall cast the fury of his wrath upon him, and shall rain it upon him while he is eating.
So yeah, America's gonna be done, and those that at least that's gonna be saved over there, preserved, they're gonna be done too. When we come back down the route, we're gonna be destroyed. We're gonna be, getting you and bringing you to, and getting rid of a lot of you. And bringing a remnant, a portion, I would say, into slavery.
Yep.
So where y'all be able to reap your first job is burying the dead
body
and building up our kingdom.
Yep.
And going into the pit.
That's Ezekiel 39.
It ain't nothing like these movies say, man. We watched, man. It was disgusting what we watched yesterday. I was disgusted by what I watched, man. And they had 750,000 views of it.
And it was all praise Jesus. We love Jesus. That was great. I just turned to Jesus. Please help me. Well, pray for me.
It had 3 X's on him. He had long hair, which is against the scriptures. He was leprous, which is against the scriptures. And he was soft-spoken. He wasn't austere, which is against the scriptures, man.
Weak ass.
And the angels, they went off with them too. It went along the lines of Cedric Bourget that was hanging on a lot of our people in our people's churches and houses.
And they added and took away from the scriptures. They started talking about, they said the second woe is past and the end is coming quickly. No, it said the two more woes come hereafter, man. It said for one woe is past, 2 woes come here more after. The second woe is past, the third woe coming quickly. They didn't say nothing about no third woe. They didn't say nothing about no Third World War, man. They didn't even explain what that was, man. They're just reading it verbatim, man.
That's why nobody's listening now. They might got you remember I said heathen. We talked about that. We brought that up. The heathen, they hope in vain.
Yep.
Their hope is just giving up the ghost.
That's your best.
Who you think you're dealing with when you deal with the God of these scriptures, man? You think he's just for play? He flooded a whole earth, and he destroyed the Egyptians, and anybody that came against Israel, he took down when Israel was in their right state of mind, when they was in the spirit.
Yep. So that's why he got to divide 2/3, so the elect could be taken out of here. He gonna add them with them, because the divided house can't stand. We can't take them with us, man. They got to stay here.
Yep.
No operator, we have that number, of course.
And if the Most High, if Yahawashi was the Most High, and David was after the Most High's heart, and David was slaying 10,000, his 10,000, and the Most High didn't have a problem with that, Yahawashi would say, fight right now. But he said, if my kingdom was of this world, my servant would fight. But he would have the mind like David. I mean, he would have the mind to give to us like Yahweh gave to David, to slay those 10,000, right? But is the Most High through Yahawashi, is he saying that now? Oh, he's saying, wait on me. Don't rise up against. Let me rise up against the prey. That's because you ain't gonna be able to do it anyway. You don't have no power to do it anyway. Jake ain't got no might in his hands, right? He got a 45. He might have a, what they call it, AR-15. He might have a, you know what I'm saying? I don't even think he has machine guns, but if he does, he ain't got Esau might, military might, But this thing, Most High gonna shake some things up, Jake is gonna get some. He gonna get on some. He gonna get on his level. And Most High gonna get him on a little level. But it's about the elect, man. It's about the elect. It's about what's happening with prophecy. This is by Yahawashi. He's the spirit of prophecy. This is by Yahawah, Yahawashi. It's about Esau and Jacob in this movie. And but the outcome of what's going to happen to them, like it says in the New Testament. Well, basically all the Bible, it's all of it's one story. But yeah, man, we just brought out a little something, hopefully it was edifying, kind of like, it's here and there with it, like, but hopefully it made sense because, we're living in a whole different world today, man. It ain't nothing like the 80s and 90s, the year 2000. We're in 2025. Well, it's the year, appointed year of our hopeful year of our deliverance, and Esau getting judged and destroyed. So that's what time we're in. We're in the end of the world. That's what we preach. So with that, once again, we're gonna give all praise to Yahawah,
Bahasham, Yahawashi, Bahasham, Qadash.
Rawchaa, Yahawashi, double honors to Apostle Elder Bishop Great Millstone. Once I take to the brothers, teach word for the hope for election to be elected. So I will. The hope for extended elect shalom to all those that were on the coming board, brothers and a few sisters. Shalom, blessings.
Shalom. Wow, about the ball.
Yep.